That's why you don't stick your finger up a crocodile's cloaca.
Is it pronounced cloaca or cloaca? I hear it both ways.
We're going with the traditional Australian terminology. Cloaca.
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 Scoot a little bit closer there.
Cloaca.
A little bit closer there, Larry King. Like,
how's Larry? He does like this or something.
exactly.
Like, he's dead. He's dead, isn't he?
He's dead. He's very dead.
I can't remember if he's dead or if he's like
been dead for a couple years now, dude.
Well, it's like Keith Richards. Like, he's just one of those guys that like he's been dead for 20 years, but he's still going.
That's the cockroaches at this point.
Yes, he's mostly cockroaches and Twinkies.
Welcome back, everybody, to another Between the Lines.
Good God, it's been a minute. We've been running around the world, basically.
Well, yeah, felt like it. I mean, we had to skip out on March, and here we are in April.
Yeah. It's been an interesting past couple months.
Yep. And so for this one came up to us as we were just discussing what we're going to do today on this one. You said that you've never seen Braveheart or Highlander,
the movie, or I think there was a TV series.
I'm not gonna get mugged on a lot of that. No. So it's like there's a lot of movies you haven't seen apparently, and you haven't said what they are.
No,
I'm more of the movie buff than you are.
Yes,
and so I think this is going to be fun because I want to roast you.
So I know memes of movies, and I get the synopsis and the cliff notes of most of these movies, but the caveat is I've not watched the movie in its entirety all the way through, like in one sitting. Like The Godfather.
You've never sat through The Godfather?
I got all the way up to the horse head scene, and then I got bored and I turned it off.
Fun fact, that was a real horse head.
Yes, I know.
And the reaction of the actor in that scene was genuine. He was not told beforehand.
I've not seen Godfather 2 or 3.
I haven't either, just because I'm like, eh.
But yeah.
The Godfather with Marlon Brando, I sat through it all. Our advisor, Dr. Crow, lent me his DVD, and he's like me, he doesn't lend out books or DVDs.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure I've told you this before, but you remember he had like a super coveted, like autographed copy of The Exorcist from '73?
It wouldn't surprise me if he did have that.
He had a director autographed copy of the DVD of The Exorcist.
Wow.
He let me borrow it.
Oh, that is...
And Dr. Crow, we brought him up a few times, is a very intense person when he wants to be.
He's very intense. He's very eccentric.
And this was when I was one of his students. He was having a get-together at his house with his students, sort of a Christmas party thing.
I never got to attend those because by the time that happened, I would always go back to see my family, which was like hours away in my hometown.
Yeah. But I was like, hey, Dr. Crow, I noticed, and I was like, is this the the signed copy? He's like, and I took it out and I looked at it, and it was. He was like, yep, that's the signed copy. I was like, could I borrow this and watch it? I haven't seen it in years. And he looked me dead in the eye and said, if you don't bring it back, I'll kill you.
That's it. I can hear him being all, yep, that's the real one. And then it's like, if you don't bring it back, I'll kill you.
Yep.
Like I can hear that. I can hear his lisp too.
With the blue pen.
The blue pen joke, everybody. I don't think we've mentioned it yet. He would sometimes with our advisor, Dr. Crow. He would have maps that were in black and white, and people would try to be smart and go, "Well, this is the Nile," when they're using the black ink, and it's like, nope, you got to use a blue pen to identify the location.
Yep.
So blue pen was a strict thing. So we bring up the blue pen all the time because
it was a very much a you do this or you fail.
Yes.
And we actually it was a geography class, and it was in a building that was not his normal building.
No, it was a normal building. It wasn't
for ours.
It wasn't for yours?
No, we were over, those ratty apartments on the edge of the campus?
Yeah.
We were in I think it was like a white building next to those.
Oh, you were over there.
Yeah.
Weird. Now
we were across the street from the bookstore.
We were in the Fine Arts Center.
Okay. But we had one guy, first day.
God.
brought red pens.
Dumbass. Dumbass.
Crow's like, where's your blue pen? And he was one of the normal students. Like, he was a history major. I can't remember his name, but he was a couple years over me.
But he decided to be a smartass and bring
red... he just forgot.
Oh, dumbass.
Because he hadn't taken the class yet.
Oh, God.
But he had brought red pens, and Crow was like, go get a blue pen. He's like, what? Go get a blue pen. The bookstore is across the street. Go get a blue pen. Blue pen! Blue pen!
I can
hear it. And the guy just goes down the stairs because we were on the second story. Crow leans out of the window. Blue pen!
I can see this so clearly.
And the guy is running across the street to the bookstore. I'm pretty sure in fear for his life.
I can see this so much. Yes. Oh my God.
And Crow watches him. Blue pen. And the guy comes out with a pack of blue pens, and he's like, good! Bring that every time.
Oh God, I'm gonna die.
So, that's my blue pen story.
Oh shit.
I saw it happen in real time.
Oh shit, that was funny.
We were talking about movies.
Anyway, before we get further derailed, just because that was memory lane that had to happen. There's a lot of movies you say you haven't seen, and
I've not seen a lot.
And I want you to tell me how many you thinking? 10? Or I want to go a little bit lower, like 5. What are you thinking?
I don't know. Like, I've not seen a lot of the classics.
Okay.
Godfather. I've only seen, I think the horse head scene's like 20, 30 minutes in.
I'll say this. That movie is very much it can be a tedious piece. Like, yes. I'll be honest on that one. It's a good movie, but it is a slow burn of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of like the slow burn because we get to see Al Pacino's character, Michael. We get to see his introduction and descent and corruption into becoming the new Godfather, which is very important, I believe.
I've never seen The Matrix.
I got nightmares of The Matrix.
My mom still has a wrapped, in the packaging wrapped copy.
Wow. Yeah, I have never actually seen that movie in its entirety, but the thing is,
you've seen parts.
I have saw up to, and it came out in the early 2000s?
I think it was 99 or 01.
It came around.
Yeah,
it came around when
area.
In that time frame. Like, it's very much a dated movie. You go back and if you could watch it now, you're just like, oh, this is, oh yeah. Anyway, I was not even 10 when it came out. I was like maybe 7. My first memory of it will forever be this interrogation scene where Keanu Reeves' mouth vanishes.
Oh, yeah.
That scene scarred me for life, and I have never seen The Matrix since. I'm just... I was like, nope, I'm out. Just,
I have seen Titanic once. I watched it when it came out, and I was like, I'm bored.
I've wanted to rewatch it just because of...
the historical...
Just because of... there's podcasts that I listen to that have talked about it, and I'm like, I kind of want to go back and just see the details.
Yeah.
Just for that reason. And then shortly after all those episodes came out, it's like the algorithm apparently heard all of that and was like, here's some Titanic stuff. I'm like, motherfucker, now you're making me want to watch it.
Your agent heard you and was like, all right.
Nah.
I don't know. Name another classic movie that's like one of those, you have to have seen this.
I'm gonna go old school if I do this, because I also watch old movies.
You watch black and white.
Yeah. Like Citizen Kane is a good example.
Never seen it.
You never seen it. That...
I know Rosebud. I think we talked about this.
We talked about it briefly, mostly in regards to Xanadu and that sort of stuff. But no, it's essentially... It's one of the first movies to actually utilize flashback vignettes, which was impressive.
I know this isn't a classic movie, but I just watched Step Brothers. Will Ferrell's
You've just watched it?
it was like November.
Wow.
Um,
That was not one of my movies that was on my radar. When a lot of those movies like that and Anchorman and everything else came out, in the 2000s,
yeah.
everybody else is like, "Oh, this is funny," and I'm like, "This is." I was not the audience at the time. I was like, "This is dumb. This is stupid."
Yeah.
Now I think Anchorman is one of the funniest stupid movies in
Yeah,
existence.
it's funny, stupid.
Yeah, I can appreciate it now.
God, what else? There was a list of them I had in mind, and the Rolodex just jammed.
It's all jammed up. Man.
Never seen Gone with the Wind.
That movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just say I was gonna roast you on this one. I tried to watch that movie. I really did. It is slow. It is boring, and you're supposed to try to root for Scarlett O'Hara, the main character, but she is just a horrible, horrible, shallow person. And she gets her comeuppance in the end when Clark Gable's character,
so it's
Rhett,
like
says...
Jenny from Forrest Gump, where it's like, no, this is a sympathetic character. No, she's an asshole.
Exactly.
Okay.
And like she's the protagonist, like, oh, we're supposed to root for her, right? No. And then Rhett's like, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, and walks off, and that is it.
They're like, yeah, do it.
It's like, finally, someone says something to her.
I've only seen Forrest Gump once, but that movie is so memed.
Yeah, that you
Lieutenant
see
Dan and Jenny and
you see that one pop up. The internet has officially claimed that one.
Oh yeah, that's Tom Hanks got sucked into the void with that.
I saw that movie. I saw that movie once as well, and I was like, okay, I'm getting a lot of this now, but it's also meh.
I've never seen Independence Day.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yep, haven't seen any of the Bad Boys movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's not exactly your cup. This is one that you would probably think I would have seen, and I haven't. Smokey and the Bandit. I know!
I am aback by this. I'll say this, I have never seen it as well.
Yeah, but I'm more the demographic being the weird redneck car guy than you.
Oh, fun fact. That was actually my grandfather's favorite movie. My maternal grandfather, his favorite movie was Smokey and the Bandit.
I've never seen a John Wayne film, which again fits into where movies I should have seen.
I've seen bits and pieces because my mother, God love her, she would always have like, AMC or something on,
yeah.
and it would just be these old John Wayne movies, and I would see bits and pieces where he's Rooster Cogburn or he's just traveling around the world.
I saw The Big Lebowski like 2 years ago. I've never seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Fucking hell, dude. I'll say this one. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, that is a movie that you are either going to love or you're going to hate. There is no in between.
Yeah, sort of like Lebowski.
Yep. And
except I didn't care for Lebowski, but I wouldn't... It'd be good background noise.
It's one of my favorite movies. Like, if I want to take a chill pill, it's like, I'm going to put some... It's like a good background, but I'm like, I kind of want to sit back and just, It's a movie about nothing.
Yeah.
That's the best part. Fear and Loathing, I made my wife watch it with me.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing that happened.
We'll worry about that.
Yeah,
we'll worry about that in a minute. I had my wife watch it with me, and I'm enjoying it. She's like, that movie sucked. She full on said it to me. And I'm like...
Well, dang it.
Nah, I'm like, that's fine. I'm not going to be all
and that's why she isn't here right now, is because she's buried under the basement or something now. Because she said that.
No, thankfully she's got work.
No. Wink, wink.
I mean, hell, we got that picture behind me of the Stedman. That's Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, the book.
Yeah. That's from my ex-wife. We'll talk about that.
I'll say this: the book and the movie, damn near verbatim, which was really impressive.
Nice.
One of my favorite moments, and this is a spoiler for some people, but it's also like, the movie's been out since the 90s / 2000s.
Yeah, catch up.
Seriously, like, But there's a particular scene. Johnny Depp is Raoul Duke, which is the character that Hunter S. Thompson has created for this guy.
Yeah.
And he says, "There I was in a place called the Matrix. It was," and it's like this dance club. He's looking for acid or whatever. And he goes, "There I was, Mother of God, there I am. Holy fuck!" And Hunter S. Thompson cameoed himself.
Yeah, I've seen that cameo.
It is so. I'm just like, that's fucking beautiful.
I had it and then I lost it.
You lose a lot.
I'd lose my mind.
If you'd lose your head if it wasn't attached to your body, dude.
Pretty much. What was it? God dang it! I had a movie. What?
I'm laughing at you. Like Crowley was looking at you. My cat Crowley was looking at you because you were doing the sound, and he looked over at you like, the fuck.
The fuck? I don't know. Name a classic movie that everyone's should have seen or watched in their life.
You've seen the original Star Wars.
Yes.
1977. That one.
Yes. I'm a Star Wars geek. I know more about Star Wars than I know about real life.
I know that one. God crap. Now I'm trying to think of it.
I've never watched an episode of Star Trek. Or a movie.
That's fair. I've seen the new Star Trek movies with like Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto.
Yeah.
But I have respect for Leonard Nimoy though. Like I have a tertiary understanding of it.
Yeah, I do too.
There's one character I've seen bits and pieces of The Next Generation with Patrick Stewart. There's one particular character from The Next Generation that is my favorite. His name is Q. And he only appears every other time. He's essentially an extra-dimensional being, so to speak.
Oh god.
And he just pops in on the occasion because he's judging humanity, and he's using Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart's character, as essentially the defendant. Like, is humanity ready or not? And he's very in your face. He's very in your face with his powers. Like hell, they did the Picard series, and obviously Patrick Stewart's now a much older man now.
Yeah.
And Q has come back. Spoilers if you're not watching, but again, it's been out for a couple years now. Please catch up. And he's like, oh my, and he looks, they've done the actor who played Q up with, CGI. He looks like his younger self. Yeah. He's like, my goodness, you've aged. I should catch up. And he just snaps himself, and he's now old.
Nice.
Like, he's such a smug prick. It's amazing.
That's why you like him.
Yes! He's essentially a trickster being with the powers of reality bending. So, I'd have fun. That's why I like him.
I want to know, but also I really don't want to know what you would do with that kind of power.
It would be horrifying, I think. It would be more. I'd be.
Everybody has a mustache now.
Nah, I'd probably be a lot more cartoony. Like I'm talking. Like.
I feel like I would do the thing that happened at the end of Deadpool 2.
You would.
Just to see what happens.
Yep, you would do that. Me, now, I would very much like.
Come here, you little mustached fuck. If you know, you know.
Yep.
I've never seen the Da Vinci Code.
I saw that.
I've never read the books either.
Sir Ian McKellen appearing in that movie was quite the shocker for me.
Okay. The fuck?
And it also had Alfred Molina in it as well. And Paul Bettany.
Wasn't he the villain in that?
Paul Bettany was Silas, the albino, who was and he was actually being ordered by Alfred Molina's character. Again, this has been out for a while. Catch up.
This is a spoiler-heavy episode.
Clearly! I'll have to put down... I literally just called this...
And then Hunter S. Thompson took some drugs. Spoiler alert.
Oh, his life... Oh, dude. If... I'll have to tell you... I'll have to find an article essentially like a day in a life of Hunter S. Thompson. It is... I'm surprised that man lived as long as he did. Anyway, Yeah, but like Sir Ian McKellen, he plays Robert Langdon's Robert Langdon. I think Langdon. It's been a while since I've seen the Da Vinci Code. He essentially plays like his old mentor or whatever, who's trying to find the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
And then Alfred Molina, he's actually a member of the Catholic clergy who's controlling Silas to kill people from finding the the truth about the Holy Grail and everything. So
Jesus,
it's like there's no way, but it's like way. It's like hell. Angels and Demons had Ewan McGregor in it.
Why would you bring poor Obi-Wan Kenobi into this?
He wound up being the bad guy. Spoiler on that one. Like, you're gonna watch it.
No, I have no interest in weird conspiracy theory stuff.
No,
that.
I did read only one of the Robert Langdon books. It was The Lost Symbol, wherein it's essentially delving into a lot of like the Freemason stuff.
I can't get. I know we'll probably end up doing an episode on that at some point, but
there's
just for a heads up, I will be asleep.
And then there's
for that one.
And like the main antagonist is a guy who he calls himself Malak, and he has tattooed his entire body to be. He's tattooed his entire body to be like done up in the aspect of a god. He shaved his head, like he full on is just this roided out dude who thinks he can become a god, and through this specific manner if he sacrifices himself, it's a stupid thing that's insanity.
Yeah, you can do that episode by yourself.
I saw your eyes roll back, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. What? What? Damn it! I had another movie that ends.
You know what? Casablanca.
Surprisingly, I've seen it.
Yes, because I introduced it to you.
Yes. Damn it. What was the other movie I just thought of?
I found the list of
The Patriot. Haven't seen that.
With Mel Gibson?
Yeah, haven't seen it.
I had to make a specificity on that one because there's also The Patriot with Steven Seagal, and we don't talk about that movie.
No.
My Patriot is Mel Gibson's. That one...
Be careful how you phrase that.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. Yeah, no. The Patriot film that I do prefer is the one with Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Because I saw that one when I was in middle school, and man alive, they don't hold back on the gore. Like, you see people's heads and legs fly off from cannonballs.
Wasn't that like in the first minute or something?
Yeah, somewhere around that margin.
Like someone gets a cannonball through the head or something?
Yep. And then it's got crap, what is his... not Jeremy Irons. Crap, the guy who played Lucius Malfoy in Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
It's got him in it. He plays the main bad guy, and he's just this cold-hearted monster.
So, Malfoy was around back then. Okay, cool.
I have a 100 greatest list movies, if you need any inspiration.
So, this was an era of my times, because I was in middle school in 2004.
Yes.
Napoleon Dynamite.
I've never seen that movie either, and I don't intend to ever see it.
That was... So back in 2004, when I went to middle school middle school...
we don't gotta specify where we're from.
We usually had the rotation of Napoleon Dynamite, Remember the Titans, or some other football sport movie from, that genre of historicalness. I would watch Remember the Titans because it had Denzel Washington and, oh God, the guy that plays Opie in Sons of Anarchy. Not Charlie Hunnam, but, Don't you can picture the face.
Don't look at me. I've not actually seen Sons of Anarchy yet.
It's not. You're not exactly the audience for it.
I'm not the demographic for it. And I also had never seen Remember the Titans. Sports movies aren't my thing.
That one's good.
Sports movies aren't my thing. Like, it's just
they're
not me.
For me either, but I'll watch those ones. But anyway, anytime Napoleon Dynamite came on, I checked out. Like, if I knew we were watching that the next day, I would make sure I brought a book. and I was the dork that had the little flashlight headband thing, and I would just click that on, and I'd just sit in the back and read a book and be like, I ain't watching this shit. Because that is a movie about nothing. You want to talk about dumb comedy? That wasn't even comedy to me. But anyway.
Yeah, I was not a big... Yeah,
it had its quirky moments, but I've never been able to get all the way through it because classes were like, 45 minutes to an hour, and that movie was like an hour and a half, so I've never seen the back end of it, and I just refused to watch it.
Here's the only sport... I think there's only one sports movie I really like, and it is an old comedy, because, yes, I go back to
The Longest Yard.
No.
Oh.
I'm talking 1932.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The Marx Brothers, Horse Feathers.
Okay.
That is actually one of the funniest... It's a football movie, and it is the funniest football movie I've ever seen, and I will watch that. It is...
So
because that's my mentality. I like old movies.
Sport movies for me I have to watch really niche movies regarding that. Oh, couple I just thought of.
Go.
Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams. Never seen it.
Not one of his better ones,
Yeah.
but not one of his worst ones.
And I've never seen Philadelphia.
Neither have I.
Okay.
I've never seen Philadelphia.
So I thought you were the movie buff asshole.
There's a few I've seen. There's a few I haven't seen. There's a few I'm catching up on. Again, my movies are from the 1930s, dude. I'm moving my way up through the centuries.
Eventually you'll get up to the 50s, maybe.
Get to the 60s.
On that note, before we go into this 100 quick round,
yes,
lightning round thing, some of my favorite movies, and they are all over the spectrum.
Yep.
Lord of War with Nicolas Cage.
I think you tried showing me that once.
I liked it because it was right in the Cold War. USSR was sort of disintegrating. Berlin Wall was falling. Pre and post immediate of that. I just like that era because we don't have a whole lot of good movies from that. Lord of War isn't great by any means, but I liked it.
Get from the Cold War era.
Well, depicting the Cold War era.
Okay, because it's like there were movies that came out during the Cold War era that...
Depicting the Cold War.
That full on were like, this is the Cold War world. Like the 80s full on had that on lock.
Yeah. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
That is a good one. I could back when I used to just flip through the channels or whatever, I would just flip on through, and if any scene was on, like even near the end, I would like, this is such a good movie.
Yeah. I don't know why.
It's just
just dumb.
It's just a stacked movie too. Like the casting is impressive.
Lord of War, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I'm gonna catch flack for it, but because I ride motorcycles and it is the one of two addictions I have besides D&D, Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah.
Not the second one.
The first one.
Just the cheesiest fuck first one.
The cheesiest fuck first one has its charm, I think, is the issue.
The villains, if it had been a monster, like not a monster movie, but like a big monster movie.
Yeah.
Where they could have fleshed out the underling villains a little bit more, it would have been better. And if Nicolas Cage had just not
Nicolas
Caged it.
Yeah.
I will say, God, that's 2 Nicolas Cage movies.
You're starting to show your colors here.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'm gonna balance back out with another Clooney movie, or 3. Ocean's 11.
Okay.
I like a good heist movie.
As do I.
I like the reveal at the end and how they did it, as cliche and as Rick and Morty shitty on it as it is.
I like a good heist movie. I also like a good detective story.
Yes.
Like, for example,
the Sherlock movies with RDJ.
Actually, no, I was gonna say it's Sherlock Holmes adjacent, and this is from
those are 2 that I like.
Oh yeah, no, I like those too. Because they depict...
God damn it, Ted!
Oh, yeah, Ted's still here.
Yeah,
Ted's here. I mean, they depicted Victorian England as what it really was, which was filthy. It's not...
Oh, disgusting.
It's not clean at all.
No.
But, one of my favorite Sherlock adjacent properties is The Great Mouse Detective.
Yes,
That one,
Ratigan.
because that's
Ratigan.
because that introduced me to Vincent Price, and then I
Yep.
realized he's in a lot of
shit.
horror movies that were these, and that's where I gained an appreciation for these older.
So we don't have the mouse to blame, but we have a mouse to blame.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, yeah.
And he's not a rat. He specifies that he is not a rat.
Yeah.
I mean, he fed a guy to a cat, for Pete's sakes. Come on.
That sounds like pretty ratty ass behavior. I'm not gonna say he's a ratty boy, but
Oh God.
yeah, we could talk about that.
No. Okay, so
We miss you.
all right, so shall we?
Yeah,
Shall
let's
we-
go ahead and do this lightning round shit.
Reservoir Dogs.
No.
Good movie, by the way. Recommend. It's a high score and wrong movie. Next, Groundhog Day.
Once.
Paddington 2? What the fuck? Why is
No.
that on this list?
I watched an episode or watched. No, I haven't seen Paddington 2. No.
That's a French one. Brokeback Mountain.
No.
Neither. Donnie Darko.
I've seen like 30 minutes of it.
I saw the whole thing in its entirety. I'm still confused. I don't want to go watch it again.
Yeah, I got confused too.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
No.
Same. That came around on the same
The Napoleon Dynamite era.
Yeah, and also like Chris Evans and Brie Larson pre-Marvel movies. All right. Not that one. Leon with Jean Reno and Natalie Portman's essential.
No.
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 That one was really. That one actually had Gary Oldman as a very ridiculous Interpol agent who's hell bent on catching Leon.
Wait, was that? I might have seen that. Wait,
Which-
no, it was no.
Yeah, Jean Reno, the French guy from Godzilla.
No.
Okay.
No.
Make it. Speaking real quick of Gary Oldman, Fifth Element.
Yes.
That movie. That's
yeah.
also like, oh brother, where art thou?
Yeah, that's such a bizarre fucking movie.
The Terminator.
No.
The OG Terminator.
Nope.
Bits and pieces for me, if I'll be honest.
None of it. None of it. None of any of them,
Wow.
including T2.
Sure. No Country for Old Men.
Nope.
That's a good Western. Modern Western, I would argue.
I should be writing down like the ratio here.
I'll send you this. You said you've seen The Exorcist, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you saw The Exorcist. Poltergeist.
I just recently watched it and I turned it off.
It's a very dated movie.
It was such. I turned into that YouTube channel CinemaSins.
Fair enough.
I was like, this? Why? No. Why? No.
Shaun of the Dead.
No.
Never.
Nope.
It's
It's on my list of things I need to see. I know. It's a trilogy with Hot Fuzz and End of World's End or whatever.
I'm having to go through some of these because they're obvious ones, like Thor Ragnarok. Like, I know you've seen that
Yeah.
one. Like, there's a bunch of these that are very modern. I'm looking for The Usual Suspects.
No.
Miraculously, I haven't either, but I already know the ending, which makes me sad. Psycho.
Nope.
That's a good one. It's very suspenseful. Like, Hitchcock does a good job.
So right now I'm at like 2.
I recommend Psycho. It is if you try to put yourself in the mindset, it's good. They did a Vince Vaughn remake where it was shot for
Yeah.
shot, but that one was just
Garbage.
L.A.
Because it was Vince Vaughn.
L.A. Confidential. No,
Never heard of it.
neither. E.T. You've
Nope.
never seen E.T.
Nope.
Oh man,
Yep.
what are some of these? Okay, Return of the Jedi. That's in there. Arrival. Have you seen that one?
No.
And it's a Amy Adams, Dennis Villeneuve. So a lot more alien stuff, space stuff with this guy. A Quiet Place.
I saw the second one.
I've not seen any of them yet.
It was. I like it. I like. So with new horror movies, I like them being sort of extra. I don't like new paranormal movies, but I like new monster movies.
Oh yeah.
But I don't like old monster movies, but I like old paranormal.
Okay, I feel you. Up.
Yeah, who hasn't had that kind of heartbreak in the first 5 minutes of a goddamn movie? God damn it, Pixar.
I hated that.
Asses.
I've not even seen this one, but I know about it. Singing in the Rain.
Nope.
Yeah. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I watched my stepfather act in a play of it recently, and now I need to watch it because Jesus Christ, that's dark.
It's dark, but it's got, not only does it have Jack Nicholson, it also is what started Christopher Lloyd and Danny DeVito.
I need to watch it just on the cast.
They're all in that movie. It's really well done. Okay.
You remember Bobby from college, Bobby Barron?
Yes, he was.
Shout out to Bobby Barron if he listens. I doubt he does, but he was in the casting with my stepfather.
Pan's Labyrinth.
I got 5 minutes in, I turned it off.
It says this is the Guillermo del Toro one.
Yeah, Del Toro. Yeah, I couldn't.
That one took a minute. I'm going through some of these because some of them are obvious, like there's some Marvel movies in here, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about that.
If it's a Marvel movie, unless it's the second Captain America, I've seen it.
You've not seen the second Captain America? I
don't know why. I think it was When We Were Norman, it just sort of flew under my radar, and I was like, I'll get around to it, and I never got around to it.
Taxi Driver.
Nope.
Yeah. I've not seen that one in a long time.
That's one of the wife's favorites, though.
Here you go, Saving Private Ryan.
I've seen the first 20 minutes like everyone else, but that's it.
Everybody kind of tunes out afterwards. Point Break with Keanu Reeves.
No.
Nope. Ooh, Whiplash. Have you seen that one?
No.
You get to see J.K. Simmons just tear into people like, essentially, he Gordon Ramsay's people, but with instruments instead of food, and it is. When we're off mic, I'll show you some clips. It's gorgeous.
Anything with J.K. Simmons has got to be good.
It was. It's very good.
I mean, J. Jonah Jameson, same thing, same person.
Here's one that actually I might be surprised in the answer. Spirited Away. The Miyazaki movie.
Is that the one with the weird like giant shadow guy with the white face
with the mask? Yeah.
I saw that when I was like 8 years old, and it terrified me when she met her parents and they were giant pigs.
Yes.
I was like, well, I'm done.
Yeah, that I kind of want to go back and rewatch that, because when I first saw it, I was, like 10 or so.
Yeah.
It just kind of, I was like, I don't fully understand the movie.
I thought it was just a weird fucking Japanese movie.
That's what I thought too.
So now that I know context of it, I might go rewatch it.
Oh yeah. Ghostbusters. You haven't seen...
I've seen the tail. I've seen from when the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man gets big to the end.
Yep.
And I've seen like 20 minutes in the beginning. I've missed all of the middle.
I do recommend it. It is a very
I know
good
there's
movie.
a library scene that's pretty good.
Yep.
And then is it Sigourney Weaver?
Yes.
And then she's very scantily clad, which, I'm not opposed to that ever.
And it's also got Rick Moranis in it too.
Oh,
it also has a star-studded cast.
Yeah.
Since we're on the topic of these types of movies, Caddyshack.
Nope. Never seen Caddyshack.
That movie, I think you'd appreciate it because it was one of the first big movies that had Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh yeah.
And what's even better is that when he didn't know how to really act, as it were.
So he was just being
all of his
him.
stuff was off the cuff. Like Harold Ramis was the director, and he wouldn't say action. He would go, "Okay, do your bit," and then he would just come in like, "All right, I'll take 100 of these and a 10 of these and this is a horrible hat. It looks good on you, but that's horrible otherwise." Like just full on doing his thing, and
then be like, "All right."
And one of the other actors who was a very serious actor was not used to this type of loosey-goosey take on stuff. And he got so pissed.
That whole era of comedy, those guys, the Ghostbuster guys,
that Rat Pack back then, yes,
they ended. I think a lot of them ended their friendships with each other on bad terms.
Oh,
like I've heard some shit show stories like. That whole late 70s, mid 80s, SNL, all those guys just, if they're not dead, they hate each other. Sort of thing. And I know a few of them have, made amends because
Life's
money
too short.
pays.
Life's also too short sometimes.
Yeah.
Schindler's List.
I think we had to watch that for one of Crow's
That wouldn't
classes.
surprise me.
But yeah, I've saw that once, and that's a movie.
It is.
That
It is
a movie.
a very depressing movie.
That makes Up seem inspirational.
12 Angry Men.
Nope.
That's a good one. It's a courtroom. It's not even a courtroom drama. It's actually It is a drama that takes place inside the jury discussion room over the fate of a kid who was accused of killing his father, and it's legitimately one scene. It's a one specific spot. They don't change it around or anything.
Nice.
It's
interesting.
I think it's. I was actually in a play back when I was in high school called 12 Angry Jurors, because 6 of them were guys and 6 of them were girls, and each of the characters, they don't want to be there. Nobody wants to be on jury duty.
No.
And there's only one guy who says, yeah, not guilty. I want to talk about the evidence. Everyone's like, we gotta listen to this fucker. And
I've never seen The Green Mile.
I've seen bits and pieces of that, and I want to watch it because, one, again, Tom Hanks I think is a good actor, and 2, Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
Like, I
My parents watched it, and they said it came out, 98 or
give
something?
or take.
And I was like 7, so it was like,
You can't watch it yet, bud.
Yeah. And I just never got to it. That's a lot of my issues. I'd like, yeah, I'll watch that. 5 years later, I'm like,
Silence of the Lambs.
Not all the way through.
Not all the way through.
I've clocked in. I've seen it entirely, just not in the same sitting. Like I saw
fair.
like the first hour of it at one point, and then like months later, I saw the back end of it.
That's fair. Gladiator.
Yes.
I have never seen that in its entirety. I've seen bits and pieces throughout because the gym I go to where they have like a cardio room where there's ellipticals and treadmills and stuff.
It was just
and
playing.
They've got like a screen.
Yeah.
They recently had 16 candles on, and I'm like, this is no. I hate coming of age teen dramas. I really fucking do. Like people go, those are the best movies. It's on
that coming of age. 'Cause since you said you hate them, I just recently saw The Breakfast Club.
I can't sit through that movie.
It is dated.
Oh,
it is so dated.
You can tell it's dated. Yeah. Some of the stuff they say would not land today.
But I like it.
Fair enough.
Empire Records. Have you ever seen that?
Never.
It's a I want to say it was like 2002. Sort of a coming of age teen movie, not quite, sort of that slapstick.
Fair enough.
But that's a good movie. I like it.
7?
Yes.
That's
a fucking crazy movie.
That's a fucked up movie.
Yes.
The Shining.
No.
That one takes a minute. It's a Kubrick, so keep in mind.
So here's the thing with The Shining for me.
It's a slow ass movie.
Stephen King said he absolutely hated it when it first came out. Still says he's not a fan of it.
Yeah.
And if the author is so devoutly against the movie based on his book,
yep,
I'm going to go with the author.
Fair enough.
It's sort of like if Crichton had came out and said, Jurassic Park the movie is shit, nothing relating to the book, I don't, like, if he's so devout against it, I would have never seen Jurassic Park. Because I will go with, a lot of the times I will go with the original developer of the idea, the concept, whatever. I will go with them, and if they say The Shining was shit, I never want to watch it. I'm gonna go with them.
The Shining is a slow burn of a movie, like full on. I give Stanley Kubrick props for being a methodical person.
Good God, yeah.
I give him props
for that. He
is
the George R.R. Martin.
I give him
of movies.
But goddamn, it's I actually fell asleep halfway through at one point.
So before you go on to the next one, I've fallen asleep on one movie in the theaters.
Yeah.
Batman vs Superman, with Cavill and
Affleck.
Yeah, Batfleck. Yeah, I fell asleep on that.
The only way I could make that movie entertaining was near the end where they were fighting against Doomsday.
That was it. I fell asleep for the first hour.
And what I did during where they're fighting against Doomsday,
Yeah.
I'm just acting like, like Joe Rogan or some of the other guys on WWE, just like, and he comes in with the steel chair, and there's that Kryptonian spear.
Yeah, that meme where he's like,
I'm just doing that because I'm bored. The movie is boring.
The only thing I liked about that movie, and I'm gonna be the minority on this, I liked what's his name as Lex Luthor.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes, I loved Eisenberg as Luthor.
He was a little bit of a goofy guy.
That's what I wanted him to come across as, just an eccentric billionaire that's out of touch. I know Lex Luthor is usually a little more connected and a little more serious, but I think what they were going for was him turning into that.
Okay, I can see the argument.
Because at the tail end, when he was in prison and his head was shaved,
yeah,
he had none of that fun, whimsy to him.
I can see that. Okay. Okay, here's another one. The Thing.
I watched that 2 years ago.
That one is one of my...
That's a good fucking movie. I don't like body horror, but that is the one body horror movie I can tolerate, just because it's not straight up gore like Saw.
Die Hard. Bits and pieces.
Nope.
Not even bits and pieces. I've seen bits and pieces myself.
I get the bits and pieces, and it is a Christmas movie. Fight me.
Here's one. 2001: A Space Odyssey. No. Also, another Kubrick movie, and dude, I watched it, and let me tell you, the last 20 minutes is a literal drug trip. Like, you're seeing colors and shapes of which I've never seen before. Nice. Okay. The original Alien with Sigourney Weaver.
Of course.
I mean, I want to say, you have said Domes in the Matrix. Inception?
No.
Nah. You're not missing much.
No. I know I'm not.
The original Blade Runner with Harrison Ford.
I've never seen a Blade Runner movie. I've never seen a Blade movie.
Good segue. Hell, the Blade movies is sort of what almost really got Ryan Reynolds' career off the ground.
Yeah.
Because he was in those.
Yeah. Patton Oswalt was in him. The comedian?
No kidding.
I think he was.
Or
I may be just making things up in my mind.
Getting Oliver Platt. Back to the Future. Never.
None of them.
Never have seen Back to the Future.
I've seen the bit where the Iranians come in to steal the technology.
No, it's the Libyans.
Libyans.
It's the Libyans!
And that's...
is...
I've seen the opening sequence.
Yep.
And I've gotten up to the part where they are about to go back to the future.
Yep. Some of the jokes definitely, again, dated movies.
Yeah.
Goodfellas. That one's on my to-watch list.
I like gangster movies, too. I like sort of like Ocean's 11, sort of like Scarface, like, these...
I've never seen Scarface, by the way.
You want to talk about dated?
Whoo! Another Tarantino. Pulp Fiction. No. I think you'd appreciate that one.
I need to find a drug guy for that movie, I think.
It really is what helped propel Samuel L. Jackson into it. Like,
well, yeah, bad motherfucker.
It's got that Tarantino, Bruce Willis, Ving Rhames. Like, it has a very
I forget Bruce Willis is in that movie, and then I remember it's like...
And he kills a guy with a katana, with a samurai sword.
How have I not seen this movie? Wait, no, because there's a guy in a gimp suit. That's why.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of time jumping.
Jaws.
Yeah, that's what made me... I watched that movie, and then I watched Lake Placid with Betty White.
Yep.
And then I watched those right before summer break, and then my parents were like, hey, you should go do swim classes.
Fuck that.
Why?
Here's another Stephen King one. Shawshank Redemption.
I've actually seen that one multiple times.
I've only seen it once, and I haven't
like it.
And it's a very good one, very poignant. Everybody's seen The Dark Knight. We thought about The Godfather, Empire Strikes Back. What the fuck? Really? Lord of the Rings is the number one on that one? Get out of here. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen. I haven't seen a lot of staple 80s movies, is basically what it boils down to.
That's fair on that one.
Like, I've never seen Back to the Futures, never seen a Terminator movie.
Did you see the original Predator?
No.
Neither have I.
I saw the one where he was in LA. I think that was 2.
That was 2.
Yeah, I've seen 2.
Yep.
And then I saw the Prey movie that came out on Hulu or Netflix or whatever. That was fucking good. That was a good fucking movie. And then I saw the Predator movie with Edward Norton.
He was in?
He was in. They did, because you remember back in the early 2000s, they were trying to revamp all the 80s movies like Freddy vs. Jason and Predator and all this other stuff, like staple 80s movies coming back 20 years later.
No, I don't think he was in it. I don't think Edward Norton was in one of the...
It was someone along his ranks of...
Edward Norton.
The original... The guy that was the Hulk before Ruffalo. That fought Abomination.
That was him. That was Edward Norton.
Yeah, I think he was...
Eric Bana? No.
No, Eric Banner is the Hulk. But Edward Norton... I think... Yeah, he was... Yeah, because he's got the long face with the long sort of beak nose.
That's...
He sort of looks like that guy from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, like the scientist guy. I know, right? I just made that connection. I just made that.
No, I don't think that's him. I don't think he's in a Predator movie. I think you might be thinking of like Lance Hendrickson. He was an AVP.
No.
Never?
No.
There's no way.
No.
I will let you... I will vamp a little right here and let you just figure this one out, mister.
Is this it? What? There's no way this was 2018. It was before that.
Are you talking about the new one that came out, like called The Predator? That has Olivia Munn in it. And it was not well received by certain people because they...
No, Predators.
That had Topher Grace.
Predators is a 2010 American sci-fi action film.
Adrian Brody. Found it! Yeah, baby!
He looks like Norton. Shut up.
If he looks like Norton, then I don't...
I'm gonna... No. Those guys look similar.
Oh, God, Tony.
I don't know you. Stop calling me.
That's my purse. I don't know you.
I can do a spot on Bobby Hill impersonation with that phrase.
Bet. Do it.
I don't know you. That's my purse.
You sound like more like Mr. Garrison.
Shut up.
Okay.
No. I'm not done.
You are not done yet?
I'm not done with this Adrian Brody and Edward Norton.
He's not done yet, folks.
Let me cook. Let me cook, as the kids say.
As the kids say.
Okay, look.
Trust the process. Trust the process.
Look, here's the thing. Okay. There's Adrian Brody, right?
Yes. Right? Okay.
That's Edward Norton.
They don't look alike.
They look alike.
They do not.
They look alike.
Oh, God. Okay, you know what?
I need a poll. If we have people that actually listen.
Do a poll on the Facebook. Do that when we drop this episode in April. Do a poll. For the love of God.
They look alike.
They do not.
They look alike.
They do not.
They so look alike.
We're going to be having this argument well into... God damn it.
Maybe they don't look as alike as I thought they looked alike, but they look alike.
And you thought I was an idiot.
No, I'm just not good with faces or names or people in general.
Ah, God, you're... I'm starting to question you a little, man. Are you okay?
No, I've never been okay. What do you think?
You know, a good point. People ask me, what's wrong with you? I go, take a number. You ever been to a deli?
This is
all right.
This is like episode 198 of our mutually favorite podcast. We're just a little unhinged today.
Unfortunately. With that being said, I am going to, call it on this one. I think we've run our time. So, in short, I'm
going to put pictures of Adrian Brody and Edward Norton on the Instagram post.
Do it! And we're gonna have a whole fucking argument about it. Do these guys look alike at all? Meanwhile, listen to the episode while we argue whether they look alike or not.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right.
I need some whiskey or some rum or something.
I'll get that later. With that, everybody, thank you all once again for another reading Between the Lines. I know I said Between the Lines earlier, but no, tomato, potato, spuds.
Adrian Brody, Edward Norton.
Exactly. Thank you all for listening in. This is just, I thought this was going to be me roasting Tony, and it's just us going, yeah, have seen this one, haven't seen this one, bits and pieces. I'm
not as bad at movies as I thought.
And I'm not as good at movies as I thought.
Yeah.
Which is fair.
Brought you down a peg.
Yeah, you did. Call me a bitch. Nah, I'm a bitch. I'll own up. Thank you. A logo by my friend Brittanie Norris. Thank you all for listening. If you can follow us on social medias, Instagram and Facebook at Tall and Short Podcast. You can also email us at tallandshortpod@gmail.com. All of that is in the description below. Greatly appreciate everybody. Thank you very much.
So you know who else looks alike? Is
who?
What was his name?
Man can't even finish his own joke.
No, you're supposed to cut it off as, you know who else looks similar, and then